What's up guys, my name's Sapphire and I'm back bringing another Pokemon VGC 15 Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. Another replay battle I had in the battle spot. And once again using the same team with the goal in mind to hopefully reach the 1800s for the first time. Bearing in mind these are videos I had in the past that have been saved up, and I'm bringing you my story, my adventure if you like. And look at my opponent's team, he's actually running another wave team, a Sand team. I actually really like Sand in this format. It's not an archetype I've used too incredibly much, but I do definitely like it, and we'll probably resort to using some Sand in the future. So I'm just continuing on with the same team I've been using all week. So let's just get straight on into this battle, shall we? So as you can see, my opponent also had a Crobat and a Serperior, along with his Sand duo, his Tyranitar and his Escudero on his team. So definitely a scary looking team because the Serperior, obviously with that contrary boost, and the Crobat is definitely a good support Pokemon. So here my Suicune is immediately threatened by the Serperior, and of course the Crobat also carries Taunt, which will prevent me from setting up Tailwind. So I'm just going to make the switch and go into Ferrothorn, and I'm actually going to signal out that Serperior as the biggest threat, and I'm actually going to decide to target it down because I do know I'm expecting him to bring his Weather, his Sand, and I do know my Suicune has a fantastic matchup versus both his Escudero and his Tyranitar. So I'm just going to go for that fake out onto the Serperior, get a crit with the initial hit, which and the second hit is going to proc its Citrus Berry, which is unusual to see on a Serperior. I do tend to see more Life Orb variants as opposed to a Citrus Berry, but that's fine and great information to know, as my opponent does just go for the taunt onto my Ferrothorn, which is fine. The following turn, the Crobat's going to reveal the Super Fang rather. Very standard move, and he's actually going to double target the Kangaskhan, but because he's not actually running the Life Orb, I am confident I can leave this double attack, because I'm a bit more bulkier Kang and able to go for the return, and don't quite manage to pick up the KO. I believe it survived on like 1 HP, and go for the Gyro Ball onto the Serperior, which also doesn't quite manage to pick up the KO here. So what I'm actually going to do is make an extremely obvious play, and my opponent reads this perfectly well. I'm just going to go for Sucker Punch, try and pick off the Serperior, but my opponent is able to read that like I did mention and just go for Protect, and then follow up with a Brave Bird taking out my Kang. But it will also take out his Crobat, so we are both going to lose a Pokemon here, which is fine. I do get the better end of the matchup, considering his Serperior doesn't actually run Hidden Power Fire. Then I do know my Ferrothorn will easily be able to wall this, so he's actually going to go out into his Tyranitar now, which I suppose is residing to the fact that his Serperior will go down, because once he sets up the Sandstorm damage will take down the Serperior. So here, what I should have gone for is actually gone for the... No, what I do go for rather is I actually go for Protect, knowing full well he's actually going to decide to go for the Leaf Storm onto that slot, and he actually reveals the Fire Blast. Definitely caught me off guard as I'm able to fire off a Power Whip. Thankfully I landed it. Unfortunately for my opponent, he did in fact miss the Fire Blast, which I'm pretty sure would have been able to take out my Ferrothorn. So here is his Serperior does go down to Sand, but in retrospect what I should have done was double Protect and just allow the Sand to take out his Serperior. But as you are going to see here, he's going to be able to go into his Escudero now. Sand Rush, as it doesn't reveal the Mold Breaker, and of course he's on the Sand team regardless. So he's just going to go for Iron Head, reveal he's in fact a Life Orb on his Escudero, go for that Fire Blast, land it this time, and actually score a double KO here. In retrospect, what I should have done is definitely gone for the Protect with my Ferrothorn this turn, as that would have enabled it to be a 2-on-2 situation as opposed to a 2-on-1 as it is now. So here I'm playing on hoping I don't get flinched, and hoping that the Tyranitar cannot really touch me. So he's going to go for that Rock Slide, as I am going to go for a Skull onto Escudero, hoping to take it out. And I do manage to break through, and I'm hoping the Skull will pick up the KO. But it does just survive again on like 1 or 2 HP, thanks to that Sandstorm being up. And my opponent's T-Tar is going to go straight for that Dark Pulse. Does a decent chunk actually, it's going to proc my Citrus Berry, which I do know I will be able to live another Rock Slide and Dark Pulse combination. So here what I'm going to do of course is just go straight for the Skull onto the Tyranitar slot, because I do know his Escudero will go down to the Life Orb recoil, and it basically comes down to whether I can not get flinch and whether my Skull will be able to take out his Tyranitar in the Sand. I'm not too sure where he's spread, but as you can see I don't manage to get the flinch, and I do hit the Skull, go for the Skull, and I am able to pick up the Tyranitar. I do score a crit, which like I said, I don't believe actually mattered considering the range of HP it was in fact at. And I'm going to manage to pull this game through. Suicune in the back. In retrospect, I definitely made a couple of misplays. I definitely should have gone for the Protect with my Ferrothorn. It would have enabled me to be in a 2-on-2 situation, forcing his Tyranitar to target down my Ferrothorn with the Fire Blast, meaning my Suicune would have been at a much more healthy range of HP. But I suppose looking at it, maybe I forgot miscount the taunt turns and I thought I was still taunted. Potentially, I can't quite remember. Like I said, this battle was a while ago, but definitely still a fun battle. Nice to feature Sand on the channel also. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.